Velyn, one of the best PvP mages. So in this video I'm going to show you my personal PvP talent tree for the Velyn, since for me he is the best commander for the PvP mages. And as you know, the mages are one of the top unit for the PvP. So let's jump to the talent tree. Just to mention that Velyn is pretty offensive hero, which is absolutely great since the mages actually hit from very far, and if you have aggressive mage, this will make your job easy to kill the enemy. So starting with the fundamentals, of course overall attack. Here for sure we need march speed, we don't need defense, we need to have big mobility on the battlefield, so we're going to go with the march speed. Here of course you have to pick the health, no one cares for the gathering speed or dark creatures and darkling patrols. And this is the talent after the foundational talents that actually will open your core talents. When your legion inflicts debuff, when your legion inflicts a debuff effects on the enemy legion, they also get 2% more damage for 5 seconds. And definitely Velyn have a lot of swallows, but we're going to see about the swallows. As you can see, here is a PvP talent tree and control talent tree. For me, the real PvP talent tree is actually the control one, focusing on controlling the action and movements of enemy legion. Here is focus on fighting other wards in the field. We don't care about this, we definitely care for the control. So here again we're going to go with the march speed, really important in the Behemoths fight, in the Alliance war. This march speed, it just gives you the mobility to avoid extra hits from the everything. So definitely we're going to go with 5 points here. After this I go with increase my attack, the attack of my legion by 2% with the 5 points here. I will not go over the other talents. Your legion do some extra counter-attack damage. I will just go on the points why I actually pick these points. So yeah, the next one is your legion get 2% more attack. Here we have your legion takes less normal attack. Your legion do 0.8 more counter-attack damage. We don't care about this. We want to have stability here with this 2% here. Of course I want to make my heroes to fire up as much as they can, so I'm going with this talent, high spirit. Launching a normal attacks has 10% chance to get me 50 rage. Now normally the rage you need to fire up is 1000, so this is like 10% chance to get 5% rage, which is fine. From there I'm jumping to the next skill. So Siphon counter attack have 10% chance to steal 40 rage from the enemy legion. Pretty decent also skill. The other one is when you casting rage skill inflicts on the target legion, reducing their march speed by 15 for 3 seconds. Now we don't need this just because we have a lot of swallows. Even from his rage skill, I think he also have some kind of swallows, march speed reduction 20%. So when he actually cast, he will apply this march speed reduction, and this is the big PvP thing. When your legion enter in the battle, they saw the target legion, reducing their march speed by 30% for 10 seconds. This is the pure PvP stuff. Is actually, since as mage, before you actually fire up your rage skill, the cavalry can go close to you, the infantry can go close to you, just because you're hitting but you are getting rage. Until you get 1000 rage, the enemy can be really close to you, especially the melee enemy, and like this it's just pointless to actually apply any kind of slow when the target is basically near to you. So this is really helpful inside for avoiding this and actually slow the enemy before they actually come close to you. This can apply of course in the PvE, is also a nice one. Now it can apply for the Behemoths, since Behemoths are immune to any kind of debuffs, but definitely is one of the most powerful PvP talents. Going further, is this: when your Legion launches a normal attack, they have 10% chance to inflict defense break on the target Legion, reducing their defense by 5% for 5 seconds. More defense reduction, defense break, or there's basically two buffs: defense and attack. If you get the defense down, this is absolutely great. If you get attack down, this is great. You're going to receive less damage. With attack down, with defense down, you're going to do more damage. And other way, if you have this defense up on your Legion, you're going to receive less damage. So this is one of the most powerful buffs and debuffs in the game, in any game. Defense and attack, something that affect these two status. So yeah, definitely I'll go with this. Here your Legion has 50% chance to get synergy every time they inflict debuff on the enemy Legion. As I said, you have a lot of debuff. Just this is a debuff, also the Velyn have debuff and other debuff. So for sure you have big chance to actually get this synergy, which synergies increase the hero skill damage dealt by 5% for 10 seconds. Pretty decent one also. And the last one from the epic ones is when you casting rage skill, a buff effect is dispelled from the target Legion. What? When casting rage skill, a buff effect is dispelled from the target Legion. This effect can be triggered once every 20 seconds, and this is when your Legion casts rage skill, they have 25% chance to silence the target, preventing them from casting rage skill for 2 seconds. Definitely I think this is the better one, since if you fight with other Legion and you manage somehow to fire up before them, most of the times the hero will fire up almost in the same time. Just one of the heroes will actually fire up before the other one. If you delay with 2 seconds, every 2 seconds you actually get like snowball effect, and at the end you can actually perform 7 or 8 casts and the enemy just make, for example, 6 casts. It's really important, so definitely I'll go with this skill over here. Now after you finish with the control tree, for me I suggest you can go with PvP. For example, you can get extra attack. As I said, Velyn is really aggressive hero, so you can go with extra attack, of course extra march speed, and here is actually getting a 10% chance to get 50 rage, something like this. We're trying to get as much rage we can, just because of this elite talent tree here. For the 2 seconds silence, so we're definitely going to try to fire up before the enemy. And the last epic talent from the PvP tree is increase the damage dealt by your Legion while in battle by 1% every 10 seconds to maximum 3%. Most of the times when you do Alliance War, you're going to be a lot of time in the battle, so I think this is pretty decent. Also, when you fight with the Behemoths, again, you're going to be most of the times in the battle. But yeah, we speak about the PvP, and if there is an Alliance War, you can hit the enemies as much as you can. Now this is the other one: when your Legion launches counter attack in the field, they have 10% chance to reduce all damage taken. Now this is a little more defensive. As I said, we put really aggressive build on the Velyn. He is really strong offensive hero. So yeah, and you're going to have 1 point. I put my 1 point here. When casting rage skill, your Legion has 25% chance to inflict wound on the target Legion, reducing their attack by 1% for 5 seconds. But my other suggestion for this 1 point is this one: increase the maximum Legion capacity by 300 Spartans. So yeah, I guess this is my Velyn build, PvP build. I hope you guys enjoyed. Is of course going for the control tree. the PvP tree actually in this game. This one is not the PvP tree. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you do, hit one like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.